Okay. Hi everyone. This side Shaleen. So today I'll be explaining the option chain, how to read the option chain in very simple way, and we'll take some examples also on few of the stocks, and you can analyze later on with the help of this. So purely as you are aware, the option chain consists of OI, that is open interest, change in OI, the volume, this, then IV, last trading price, net change is the change in the price, bid quantity, bid price, ask quantity, ask price. These are calls and these are puts. Now the highlighted section is always the called as in the money. So whatever the strikes are there in highlighted calls, those are in the money calls. And similarly, the highlighted puts which are there, that is here, all are in the money puts. So whenever the strikes are in the money, it will be highlighted. And please note down, this will be highlighted till the nearest price. It will not that it will be the similarly the Nifty is 8993. So 9000 call will not be highlighted. Here you can see 9000 is not highlighted. So that is the first part. Now what is call? Call means you are probably thinking of the stock to go higher. That is why we buy the calls. I will not right now, I'm not going to teach you about how to buy, how to sell, and what is the IVs and all that we will capture in the later sessions. So today I'll be showing the simplifying one of the most simple methods to understand the option chain. So call means the probability of moving a stock on the upside. Similarly, when we buy a put, that means we are thinking that the probability of moving the stock on the downside. So that is why we buy a put. So that is how it goes. So whenever we buy a put, we think that the stock is going higher, and whenever we buy a put, whenever we buy a call, the stock can go higher or the index can go higher, and whenever we buy a put, the index can go down or the stock can go down. So this is called call and put in terms of simple language. Now, so the most important part is OI of the option chain, reading and understanding the OI. OI means open interest. That is the number of positions which are open for each strike. So if we consider, so we need to first consider the nearby strikes. So as you see, the Nifty has closed at 8993. So the nearby strike which is coming near this is 9000. So we will see 9000 puts and we'll see 9000 call first. But we will see the calls because calls will give you the resistance and puts will give you the supports. So here you can see the nearest strike is 9000, 8,10,375. So these are the number of shares or the positions which are open for 9000 strike. What is the, and this is called the change in OI. That means these are the number of the shares which have been added. So these people who are at 9000, they think that market will not move beyond 9000 easily, and they want to eat the premium of 9000. So that is why they have added the shares. Now you can see the maximum change, we can see the maximum OI across all the strikes. So the maximum OI is at 9500. So your first resistance is always the maximum OI, that is this. So 9500 is your first resistance. I will explain you later why it is called first, second and third and what is the significance of it. But please understand, whichever is the maximum value coming up in the OI is called the is the first level of resistance. That means your market will stop. Means majority of the people are expecting market should not go beyond 9500. That is why we have 14 lakh 32,500. And please note that these are mostly writing, these are not buying. There is a different way to understand what is called buying and what is called selling. But in index, usually retail doesn't have that capacity to sell those options in a big way. So these are the either writing by, mostly writing by FIIs or the pros. Pros are proprietary clients are there and all. So 9,500. So here you can see, yeah, just hold on. Yeah, so that is called the first level of resistance. Now we can see which is the next. Next is 10,000. So this is called second level of resistance. That means people don't expect Nifty to go beyond 10,000. See, don't just say, just note down this, whatever it is coming in the option chain. We don't have to apply our mind. We just need to note down, and then I will explain you how to use these levels also. So don't you think that, uh, don't think like market cannot go 10,000. Market can go 10,000. Market can go 8,500 also. There is like nothing in the market like market cannot do. Market itself can do anything whatever they want. You have to respect whatever you are getting on the screen. So don't apply your brains, but first see the screen, check the positions, and then you need to go with it. Rather than, if we start applying our brain, then we will be biased towards either on the bullish side or will be bearish side. So this will be your second level of resistance. Now what is the third level of resistance? The third level coming up at 9,000. So your immediate resistance is 9,000. So we got three levels of resistance: 9,000, 9,500, and 10,000. So your first level of resistance is immediate resistance. We will see as 8 lakh 10,000, that is 9,000. So if you observe during the day, yesterday, market was clearly consolidating around 9,000 levels. Means market is not sustaining 9,000 levels above, and it is not sustaining below 9,000 also. It has went to till 8912 or 8917 and it came up. Again it went till 9100 and again it didn't sustain and closed around 8993, which is nearly 9,000 only. So why we have this, the market is closed at 9,000? If you understand the option chain, what was happening during the day, your maximum fight was going on between at 9,000 levels. That is, if you see the, I will explain you uh, in details why there is a, how we can see the, that what levels market can close. So these are the calls. Means you got the resistance. Now we will find the supports based on the option chain. So here you can see which is the level which is coming as a support. So the first level of support coming at 8,500. So this is 8,500 is your first level of support. Similarly, sorry, the support which is coming up at 8,000. So people think that 8,000 will not be broken easily, and people can easily write the option at 8,000 and they can gain the handsome money from that. Second level of support will be coming at 8,500. So they think that 8,500 will not be broken easily and market will act as a, 8,500 will act as a support. And the third level of resistance support which is coming is 9,000, which is in the money. So which is near to where we closed. So people think that 9,000 will not be broken easily. That means market cannot go up easily because of this. So we got three supports and three resistance. Now come to the change in OI. Here we can see for call side where is the maximum change in OI. If you see the maximum change in OI, it is at 9500. So people have built the positions, maximum positions have been built at 9500. Second change in OI, maximum change in OI will be, okay, so this is the first change in OI. Sorry, 7 lakh. See, at 10,000 people have returned the calls. So so half of the position have been built at 10,000 on yesterday only. Second thing, second positions are being added at 9500, which is this. And the third highest number of positions which are added is at 9200. Sorry, 9700. So what is the significance of change in OI? Let me explain you. See, if there are 100 shares, we can take the example of 9,000. Why it is significant that I've already shared to my people that we can easily see a bull and the bear fight at 9,000. How? If you see the if you observe during the day, the earlier OI which was standing during the start of the day was 11 lakhs on the call side and 11 lakhs on the put side. So it is very clear that market was unable to break 9,000 on either side. During the day, uh, during the day, this OI keeps on changing. So it was changed from 11 lakh to 10 lakh. Similarly, here also 11 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and by end of the day, it has closed at 9 lakhs and 8 lakh 10,000. So if you calculate the PCR, that is put to call ratio, it is coming nearly 1. So that means there is a tough fight between the calls and the calls and the puts, that is at 9,000. So say for example tomorrow the SGX, currently the SGX is showing 200 points up. So if we open at 90 to 100, then you need to analyze what is happening over here and what is happening over here. If the market move is very strong, we can see more number of positions added on 9,000. So your resistance will become a support at 9,000. Similarly, the person who have shorted at 9,000 will run for the cover, and what will happen is they will immediately book the positions, and this up move might get further up because they go for the unwinding. So uh, these are the this is the best way, simplified way to understand the option chain for the index. Similarly, you can use this for bank nifty also. This is the, and for any of the stock we will take some example for the stocks also. So I hope you all got the simplified way of how to read the same option chain and how to read the open interest. So you should always see the nearby strikes whenever the index is trading. You should always see the nearby strikes. What is the current OI and what is the change in OI? That will help you to understand where the market is heading and where the mass is heading. So any questions, guys? You can just ping me right now so that we can move ahead also. You can write down any questions over here in the chat, and then I will move on to the stock side. Anything on the index which you find it difficult to understand, let me know. There is a chat option. You can use this chat option. If not, I'll move it to the next. Okay, I will explain this all the things in stock. The process will remain same. So no need to worry. You will see the same process. I'll explain you all the things in the same way in stocks also. So you can apply the same thing in index. Anything specific which you don't understand over here, let me know. Okay, I'll move it to the stocks. So I can take any stock right now. That is, say for example, I will take VEDL. So we'll taking Vedanta. Let me take some liquid stock. We'll take HDFC. So we're taking HDFC right now. So we'll try to figure out what is happening in HDFC, or we can take operative favorite Reliance, everyone's favorite stock called as Reliance. Okay, here we come. So we'll find the resistance from this. Where is the current resistance? So here you can see the maximum OI stands at 1200. So wherever the maximum OI in this column, you can see the overall OI for each strike. So first step is you need to find out where is the maximum OI. So your maximum OI stands at 1200. So there are high probabilities that market people are not expecting market to go below above 1200. That is 11 lakh 23,500. Similarly, which is the next? The next will be this 1300. So that is your second resistance. So once 1200 gets broken, people are expecting market to go Reliance till 1300 also. And there is a high probability that it can come. Option chain really works well if you understand in a proper and systemized way. And we can find the third resistance, that is at 50 55 like 80,000. So these three are the resistance here. These three are the resistance. Similarly, we'll find the supports. So the supports are 1200. So again, there is a tough fight at 1200 for Reliance. So here you can see people are, mean, bulls and the bears are fighting to capture 1200 levels, and none of them are successful currently. So you need to see where Reliance will open by tomorrow, and whether and who will succeed in this. Many times what will happen, market can go up and it can fall down also, because the the positions were not added in the puts, but positions are added in the calls. So that means if the positions are added in the calls, that means more bearish positions are there. If the positions are added in the puts, that means more bullish positions were there at present right now. We will see the second support. The second support coming, sorry, the first support which came at 1000, second support at 900, third support at 1200. But we always see the nearby first. So that is why I have taken for like 32,000. But once this is broken, you can see this also. 1100 can come, and after that, this 1000 can also come. So this is purely based on the option chain. But you have to see what is happening in the option chain, what is the change in OI, and what is the maximum OI and where it stands. But specifically, you need to check the nearby strikes always. So say for example, if Reliance is trading at 1140, then you need to check the strikes of 1140 maximum, what is happening at 1140. If you calculate the PCR of 1200, it is showing that 12 breaking 1200 on the upside is very difficult. How I can say, you can see the maximum change in maximum OI is 11 lakh, and maximum OI at 4 lakh 32,000. 3000. If you calculate the PCR, it is almost zero point 0.6. So zero point 0.6 of PCR is very bearish. It's not bullish. PCR below 1, ideally in terms of theory, it is bearish, and above 1, it is bullish. But if it goes near zero point 0.5, it is highly bearish. Again, if it's growing above 1.3, 1.4, it is highly bullish. So that is called PCR. So again, you need to understand how PCR works, but don't take any trades based on the PCR. You can easily trade with the help of option chain, because you can find out the resistance, immediate resistance, you can find out the next support, you can find out the next resistance also. Or if you are finding any stock at the resistance, and if you feel that looking at the charts and other things based on your setup system, you can simply go for the shorts. Or if there is any stock, say for example, Reliance can open near 1200 or 1220, in if they, and say for example Reliance open near 1240, but here the maximum change in OI or the positions are not added, that means this up move is fake. I can say with the confidence that this up move is fake. But if the positions are added in 1200 and 1220 strikes, that means it has a support of 1220 and 1200 also. Similarly, if the positions are added at 1200 and 1220, then for sure, and if there is no position added in this ports, that means the fall will come anytime in the stock. So please understand the difference. Whenever the positions are added in the calls, that is called, then you need to understand that bearish positions are built in the system. When the positions are added on the put side, that means it's a support. So things are very clear that calls being written, that means people are expecting market to go down, and when the positions are added in the puts, then market will go up. But you need to understand the difference between buying and writing. Say for example, retail clients and retail people doesn't have the capacity to, say for example 4,43,500 has been added. So do you really think that retail people have the capacity to add these many positions in a day? In my experience, no. So there is a smart money, you can say FIIs or pros, that is proprietary clients are there, traders are there. They have added some speculative positions and they have shorted the calls. And please note that these smart monies are very smart. They will not exit without a loss easily. So even though Reliance can go up, maybe in 1 or 2 days it can go down if the move is fake. And see this 500, 11,000. Yes, I can say these are retail positions. Now, many people who are not aware of why this is showing negative, these negative numbers called as unwinding. Unwinding means people who have shorted these strikes at these strikes, they think that they ran for the cover, means they have closed their positions and they opted to sit out from that strikes. Say for example this one 1120, 12,000 12,000 shares have been unwinded. That means people who are holding those 12,000 have offloaded their positions. That is why it is showing negative. Whenever there is an addition, it will be termed as positive. So there is a difference. So please understand this basics, that whenever the things are positive in the change in OI, that means addition, and whenever there is a difference, whenever the change in OI is negative, that is called unwinding. And please note, this is my experience, that unwinding is more stronger than the addition. Whenever the unwinding is there, surely it gives a more strong signals than more than the adding of the positions in any side, either call or the put. So this is for the Reliance. Now we will consider for LT, which I have shown this to my team before also. So we'll analyze the stock again. So here you can see the maximum OI stands at 900 now. Ini- Initially it was at 800, 840. So now this has been shifted to 487. So 487. So the first resistance which will come is 900. So this LNT can go up till 900 levels. Now the next level of resistance is coming at 800. This 800 is, sorry guys. So the second is 800, but these 800 levels are already crossed and sustained and closed. So you can see the shift in the change in OI for 800 levels soon. Now the third is 1000. So people expect that after crossing 900, 1000 can come, but these are not directly, it will come in a day or two. But yes, the resistance as per option chain is this, but in between if you see the next set of resistance coming at 960. So after crossing 900, it can halt till at 960 and then it will come at 1000. That is on the resistance part. Now we will see the supports. The supports are at 800. Last week when we analyzed the option chain for LT, there's a tough fight between bears and the bulls at 800 levels. But now it's not like this. Your first support coming at 800. So if this LNT should fall, it will take a support first at 820 also. This is a minor support, but this is a major support. So till the time if 800 is not broken, LT can go upside. But your first minor support comes at 820. So second level of support which is coming is 820 only. So here you can see, as I said, your first support will be coming at 820 and then 800. So LT will have two supports right now, that is at 820 levels and 800 levels. Similarly at resistance, you can see it has a good resistance at 900 levels with a minor resistance at 7000, that is 880 levels also. So these levels are can be crossed very easily because those are very, the OI value is very less. So I don't consider this much as a strong resistance, but yes, this is very strong, 900. So if LNT can go till 900, you can analyze the OI in the option chain during the day and you can take your positions. You can check with your setup system charts and you can take a put, or you can still feel that 900 can go above 900, you should target for 960 minimum and then 1000. So this is how we can easily read the levels based on the option chain. It is not as per the charts. Charts can show a different levels because it has many details inside the charts. But in this option chain, you can easily get the levels where the maximum crowd is right now. So I'm saying that based on the option chain, you can see that where the mass is called as crowd in terms of trading. So where is the mass right now? At what strikes, what levels the maximum mass is? And please note one thing: market doesn't go with the mass always. Many times, last week, we were closed at 8,100 levels and we moved to 9,000 in a week. When we closed around 8,000, people were saying now we will come to 7K, but we rallied till 1,000. We rallied for 1,000 points. Now when we closed at 9,100, yesterday we fell again and we closed at 9,000 levels. because during the weekend, long weekend, people were expecting market to go till 9500 also. I'm not saying it will not come, but please understand that in market nothing comes easily. You need to understand where is the mass, and market can usually follow the smart money, not the retail. Mass is equal to retail only. So if the retail will think that market can easily cross 9500, you can mark my words, it will not come easily. But yes, if they feel that market can fall, yes, the market can fall also. And these things you can easily identify based on the uh, call option OI of call option OI high at 800, 900, 100. Go to 900 this. Call option OI high at 800, 900, 1000, 800. Okay. But your first resistance is coming where the maximum OI is there. That is called as first resistance. But you always consider the nearby strikes. So currently LNT is at 864 levels. So the nearest level which is coming is 900. So I can consider this as the first level of resistance. If it has to go up, market will take a pause at 900 levels. Second set of resistance is 800, but it is already we are above 800. So you need to just, I can say that if LNT will go up, you can see the change in OI, you can see more unwinding at 800 levels. That means there is a strength in the up move. If there are more additions in this calls, for sure the up move will be limited. So this, if you analyze on daily basis for a particular stock, if you analyze on the daily basis on index, this will hardly take 5-10 minutes. And for a stock which you love the most, which are most liquid stocks, you can analyze, it will take you 10-15 minutes to note down the levels and to understand. After a month you can come back in the market and say that yes, these are the levels the stock can go, these are the levels index is looking for. If you are watching some news channels like Z Business, you can see the Anil Singhvi, people are praising him a lot. He is not doing anything extra. He's just simply reading the option chain. If you know how to read the option chain, you can also give the levels like this, like what he is doing over there. So people who are reading the option chain, they know the things in advance also. Like what is the option, looking at this option chain right now, for tomorrow's move you are ready that LNT will not cross 900 levels easily. So if LNT comes at 900, you can see either a consolidation or a fallback from the 900 levels, because you are already aware that maximum OI stands at 900. Similarly, if you see, if the LNT can fall, it can fall till 920. You are already aware that 820 is the level at which the support is there. So you know where to buy and where to sell. So you can define your own strategy with the help of the option chain, but this will come by experience. Don't simply go and blindly buy, call and put, but analyze this option chain for stocks, for particular stock for a week or a month. Utilize the time. You can note down 3-4 stocks also based on your time, and you can analyze this during the day, what is happening and how the prices are reacting. Like I have explained for LT last week in my last webinar, people have observed and they came out with the questions also, that how this will, how, why this has formed, why this the change, and how the prices have reacted. So like I said in my last webinar, 840 was the level to cross. It has crossed 840 and it has zoomed to 864 levels. So you can also define your trade before opening of the market with the help of option chain. So just give you some efforts in reading the option chain on regular basis, and you can come up with your own views on a particular stock and the index also on daily basis. You can note down your views in one paper or wherever you want and analyze this with that whatever you have observed, how the market have reacted. Even though you are not right, it's okay. 10 times you can do 11th time you'll be okay with the your views will match, but you need to understand where you went wrong also. So any more questions, guys? This is the most simple way I can explain the option chain. Anything else? Any more doubts before I close the webinar? You can ping me or Telegram for the webinar link if you want. These IVs and all, that IVs are implied volatility. I need a separate session to explain IV in detail, and I will take this more webinars during the lockdown, and maybe during the weekend, or if I have some time, I will notify each and everyone about the session, more sessions coming up on the different topics. So few people who have already attended the option chain, again I have repeated, but this time I have more simplified, and people now should understand what is option chain. I will explain the IV, and I will explain few more things. These things you can easily learn from, you need to read few things, you need to understand, but before going through all these, romantic words called IV, theta, gamma, delta, guys, understand the option chain first. Don't flirt with these words. These are very attractive words where these majority of the analysts are using, but they are not using in their daily trading, though they are saying that they are using it. Sorry, I'm very blunt, but they are not using IVs and all in their daily trading mostly. If there are more on the call side, it means more thing the strike will not go high. Then yes, that is true. People have shorted it, so they are not expecting market to go up. Correct. Can we take out the hedge position also, bro? No, it is very difficult to take out the hedge position, because hedge can be anything. There can be a hedge between calls and puts, and hedge can be anything with the calls or puts with the futures. So this is very difficult to find out a hedge, but with the experience you can find out whether this is a buying or shorting. This you can find out. It has added 800 calls, so it is call writing or buying. 800. 800, I can, again I'm repeating it. So let me tell you one thing. Do you still think that people, as a retail client, are you really gonna short 800 calls with the premium of 25,000 or 26,000? Are you going to short the call in the money calls, because these calls will work as a future? So I can say 37,000 is a small figure in which there is a mix of retail and FII also. But I can strongly say that the change in OI at 900 is a selling. People have, the FIIs or the smart money have sold the calls at 900. It is, these small values are very difficult to predict, but you can easily say for the bigger values. Can you say change in OI? Change in OI in negative, again I'm saying that means it is called unwinding. Say for example, you have shorted one lot at for 800. Now what will happen is, when this 800, if the stock is trading at 840, now you are in fear of panic that you will be in big loss if the stock will move up. Say for example, from 840 again it moved to 860, like what has happened on yesterday. So again there is a more fear with us that we might lose big. So what we will do, we will square up our position. So squaring up means you have unwinded your lot. That is why it is showing negative. We can sell near 900. Can we buy near 840? These type of these are called spreads. You can use spreads, butterflies also. You can do the various hedging strategies, but you need to understand whether you are in a right trend or not. I can share you n number of examples in spreads, covers, and hedging strategies also in coming webinars. But this is this you can do once you are very good with this, because hedging is a skill in which you cannot do without a strategy. If you hedge something, you might be stuck also if it goes opposite, because you are selling options, and selling options is always dangerous also. That's why you can do future with an option, but you need to be very precise at what rate, what option you are selecting. You cannot do without any strategy. A strategy should be there to take a trade. If you don't have a strategy, you don't have a system, if you don't have a setup, don't take a trade blindly. You cannot take a trade. So I suggest you should develop one strategy. You can develop one strategy and then trade. Anything else? Okay guys, thank you, thanks for attending the webinar. I'll share the link. Those who wants hedge, I will take, I need to take it separately. So give me some time. I will come up with more topics. I'll come up with more detailed explanations like I did this, and I'll go step by step. Immediately, I will not jump to the hedge. First, we'll go to the basics. We'll clear the basics, and then we will go to the different topics. What does the addition on the put side? Put side addition, I'm repeating. Put side again, I'm repeating that put side means bullish position. Addition on the call side means a bearish position, but it should be with a good volume and quantity. And those guys who want to join the webinars, again, you can ping me on Telegram or on WhatsApp so that I can send you the links, and you can share the feedback with your friends also to join more webinars. This is not a paid webinar. This is only for the education purpose. So you can use this, you can share this with your friends also, and you can give a feedback. How was the webinar? If you find anything offensive, if you find anything to improve, I am open for that. Okay, thank you, thanks a lot guys, thanks a lot.